Hi, good evening, and a warm welcome to all the participants in today's webinar. We'll wait for a couple of minutes to allow everyone to join in and settle down, and then we'll get started with this session. And let me firstly look into something which is very important, and that is something which will be required by almost all of you, and that is recording of today's webinar. For that, I have to quickly check if the live stream is working fine or not. So let me quickly look into it, and I will be back with you in few seconds. All right, so I have checked. The live stream is working fine. So we are also streaming live on YouTube, and all of you will get the recording of today's session once the webinar gets over. Or if you want, I can share the link of the recording during the session as well. And because in today's session, we are also being joined by entrepreneurs and friends from Sri Lanka, from Philippines, and from UAE. So a very warm welcome to all of you in today's webinar. And before I get started and as I start giving my introduction and we formally get started, there's one very quick important point that I would want to discuss with you. What is that? How are we going to interact? Because this, by now, you must have checked that this is a webinar format. So, unlike a typical Zoom meeting wherein you can quickly unmute yourself and you can ask your question or you can verbally interact with the presenter, that's not possible here. So, how are you going to ask your question, or if you have a doubt, if you have a question, how are you going to get answer from me? So for that, there is a tool that you can find down below if you're joining through a laptop or desktop. So in the navigation bar that is there at the bottom, that's where you will find a question mark and Q and A. So capital Q and A will be written there. So using that, you have to ask your question. And I will strongly advise not adding your question in the chat, because that is something I often see people do. But what will happen? Because there's a lot of exchange sometime in the chat. There are people sending messages, they are interacting amongst themselves, and your question might get missed out. So that's why if you have to ask a question, if you want to interact with me, that's where the best option is Q&A and not the chat. Although technically you can add your question there as well, but you might not get a response from me, right? So for questions, for anything that you need clarification or anything that you want me to explain, for that, you have to use Q&A. And for our interactions, or at any important time, I have to uh, seek your opinion or understand, like, what is your understanding about certain uh, factor or certain element. So for that, we are going to use chat. You should also use chat for connecting and networking with other wonderful business owners who are joining us here today, right? Just imagine if we had been all together in a large conference room and I was the presenter. So other than listening to me, and which I want all of you should do, but other than listening to me, what is the next thing that you would do? Obviously, to connect and network with other people who are there, right? God knows you may be able to find a buyer or supplier or a good friend for the life. That exact thing can be done here as well virtually. You can use chat, you can add a brief introduction about yourself. What is your company's name? Where are you situated? What product or services you offer? What are your contact detail? And if you have a website, please do include that as well. So 4 5 things, add them together and just post it in the chat. And it has happened in past in one of my webinars where participants were able to, in fact, crack a deal. They were able to get onto a transaction. They were able to, like, finalize the terms as well during the session itself, right? So it's a great opportunity which you should leverage. I will certainly encourage you to do that, but it's up to you, not a necessary thing. All right, so this is where we should get started. I think taken almost 6 minutes of your time. So this is where we'll get started. I can see there are a number of participants who have just joined, so let me welcome them as well. Good evening and a warm welcome to all of you in today's session. I was just explaining to the audience or to the participants or friends who are joining us here today that how are we going to interact. So for all your questions, if you want to ask any question, if you want to see clarification, please add that in the Q&A. For our other interactions, we can use the chat. All right. And I'm keeping both the chat and Q&A window open on the other monitor, and I'll keep peeking onto them. So if you find me looking to the side, that's where I'm just peeking into the Q&A and the chat windows, which are there on my other monitor, and we'll proceed ahead with today's discussion. All right, so this is where we will get started. And I am going to start sharing my screen. And while I do so, while I'm starting the screen share, let me quickly give an introduction about myself as well, because I can imagine many of you must be curious, like, who is this guy who's just talking? So my name is Adnan. I am Director SME E-commerce Growth at GlobalLinker. My functional or focus area at GlobalLinker, as my title suggests, is related to digital commerce, but I also actively work on sharing knowledge or information with business owners, because in today's day and age, if you actually look, there's so many technology solutions, there's so much AI and all that happening. The challenge or the problem now is not that there are technology solutions are not there, right? So that's not the problem anymore. The problem is we don't know how to use them. That's the problem. That's the challenge, and that's where we try to contribute as much as possible. I actively conduct training sessions, webinars, workshops, seminars, conferences, and I have the wonderful opportunity, or I had the wonderful opportunity of conducting more than 500 such sessions. I've stopped counting. There are more than 500, and I had been blessed to share some knowledge with about 12,000 business owners in various countries. So that's a quick introduction about myself. Now I'm going to start sharing my screen and we will proceed ahead with today's discussion. And I'm not sure how many of you had a chance to participate in one of my previous webinars, but if you had that chance, then you would know that I'm not a person who loves to take the audience through a boring presentation. So I will take you through live examples and we'll have a live walkthrough as well, so that tomorrow when you are going through this journey or when you have to use this journey, you can relate to each and everything that I am sharing in this session, right? So it is all going to be live examples, live walkthrough, nothing presentation, nothing of that sort. All right, so let's begin. Let's get started. Now, the first item on our agenda is why do you need to have an online presence? And this is where I don't think we need to spend our time and energy. That is something which is discussed so extensively on social media, everywhere, on the news channels, everywhere. All of us understand that digital is the way forward, or most importantly, each and every one of us has to adopt digital ways of doing business. Most importantly, selling online, right? So we have to start selling online. That's the first step. And that's why you need to go digital and you need to have a digital presence, your online presence, where people on the internet can find you and they can do business with you. So just having a presence is not enough. You should be discoverable and you should be transactable as well. And that's where the online store comes in, because you can be discoverable. You can have like a Google Shopping, or not Google Shopping, Google My Business presence, and that's where you can be found. But if someone has to do business with you, they can easily do that. They can easily express their interest, or they can understand more. All that can only happen on a website or an online store. So that's where the transactability is also important. And that's why you need an online store. I'm not going to take any more of your valuable time there. I'm going to start the screen share now and we will proceed ahead to understand what types of online store you can create. And that's where we are going to look at few examples. And let me minimize this, because otherwise it will keep troubling you. Not me, because it is hardly visible to me, but it will keep appearing as a black box on your screen, which is not a very nice user experience. So there are broadly three types of online stores that you can create. The first type is a B2B store, which you can use to generate interest from prospective customers, right? Now, why am I? Because when it comes to online store, the impression which comes to our mind is online shopping type, wherein people can come, they can place an order, add to cart, and that sort of stuff. That is a journal understanding, right? So I want to correct that understanding. So that's why I am starting with a B2B example, and I'm currently not showing that on the screen. This is a B2B example. So this is a business that is into manufacturing and export of equipment which is used for maintaining sports institutions like stadiums, etc. Right? So they are in the manufacturing and export of that kind of equipment. Now, one of the products I've already opened here. So this is a ground roller, and this is a 2-ton ground roller. So obviously, no one is going to buy it online, but there are institutions, there are individuals who are setting up sports institutions, and they're looking for this kind of an equipment. Now, they have to buy this equipment. So they obviously can't do an add to cart and place an order like typically we do on online shopping, but they can express their interest. They can express their interest that we are wanting to buy 2 ground rollers, 3 ground rollers, or whatever the number of ground rollers we are wanting to buy. They can express their interest at the delivery location, and then this particular seller can contact them, and they can then understand the requirement and what payment terms, etc. All that discussion can happen after that. But what this website or online store is helping them, the seller, when I'm saying them, I meant seller, how it is helping them? It is helping them firstly in being discovered. So if there is someone who's wanting to buy these type of products, they can find them online. Once you Google it, you'll be able to find this seller. So they can find them online and through other channels as well. We'll discuss that later, but they'll be able to find them, right? So it is solving the discoverability challenge that you had. And then you have transactability. Okay, they want to understand more about your product. Now, this is where sometimes people have counter questioned me that why do you need to have products on the website? You can just have a informative website, the conventional websites that we used to have. You can have that kind of a website. You don't need to show the products. You can just add brief information about the organization, etc. And that should suffice the purpose. But that's where you have to understand the fundamental shift which is happening on the digital. Now the discoverability is not lying here, what you're seeing on your screen, right? It has gone beyond that, right? So now the discoverability is this, because now people are not looking for organizations, they're looking for specific products, right? That is happening in B2B as well. So if you don't have the specific products, that's where you are going to lose out or miss out on the opportunity. So that's why it is important. And this is where the transactability bit comes in. You are showcasing that information, and you are at least generating leads. Yeah. So you're prospecting for your business, right? So that is one B2B example I had opened here. There's another B2B example, and this is a business that is into contract manufacturing and exports of matchsticks. Then we have another business that is into leather products. They are again into contract manufacturing. And then we have a business on the extreme other side of the spectrum. That is a business that is into precision tools, which are used for diamond cutting and polishing. Then we have an example from heavy engineering sector. This is a business that is into walls, pipes, and other fitting. And then we have an example of a jewelry exporter, right? So this may look like a typical online shopping website, but here you can see the interaction is different. This is send inquiry. So if there's a business that is wanting to import their jewelry, they will send them a inquiry that we are interested to work with you. We want to import your products. So they can send them an inquiry, or they can even select the specific designs or styles that are of interest to them, and then they can send them an inquiry, right? So this was the B2B side of it. All right. Now let's go to the conventional side of it that we all are very familiar with. And this is a business or an example that you're looking at on your screen, which is a retail chain. They have about 18 physical brick and mortar stores. So this is a retail chain of sports apparels and sports equipments, and this is their online store. So through this, their customers can come, they can review the products, and they can place an order. The other example that I have here is a business that is into organic products, organic edible item. We have another example, which is a business that is into natural beauty products. So they are catering to domestic as well as international customers through this website. And I've opened one of their products here so we can see their product, and the pricing is 669. Now, in my previous webinars, I had mentioned that they're catering to domestic as well as international, and that led to obviously a curious question, right? So the pricing is in INR. How international customers are buying? Are they buying on in INR? No, they are not actually. So I'm going to very quickly show you how this page appears to the customers who are viewing the website from US, because that's a obvious question or doubt that might come to your mind. So just switching back to the page as we see in India. So this is where we have the pricing as rupees INR 669. Whereas if there's a customer in US and they're seeing this product, so that's where they can see the price in. So automatically it detects, the website detects the location of the buyer, and based on that, it changes the currency. And that's where you can add your own factors. So if you want to jack up the price or if you want to deflate the price. So all those options are there, right? So all the flexibilities that you can think of, they're already built into the system. Right. So this is where if I compare the two interactions very quickly for a moment. So this is where a prospective customer is sending an inquiry. So they're expressing the interest. Whereas here the customer can buy the product, right? So they're placing an order, and online shopping is something that all of us are familiar with. So I'm not going to invest your time there to explain that. So a customer can add the product or multiple products to the cart, and they can place an order, and then the seller will deliver that order. So the transaction is happening here, whereas in this case, transaction is not happening. The expression of interest is received from a prospective customer. All right. This is another example that we have here. And on the face of it, it looks like a typical online shopping website, right? So, and if that is your impression, you are not wrong. But it also caters to a very different requirement, and that is your bulk ordering. And when I say bulk ordering, this is not expressing interest, this is bulk large quantity orders, receiving large quantity orders. How does that happen? Because the pricing seems to be retail pricing. So if as a customer I'm wanting to buy 100 units of this particular products, I'll not be buying it on a retail pricing. I'll need some special discounts, etc. Right? That's why there is a special login for the bulk buyers. So if I'm someone who is selling their products and I want replenishment, I can simply come here, I can log in through my phone number, and then I can buy on the special pricing. Now, if I'm someone who's already not onboarded with them, then I can simply fill up this form which you're seeing here. This form I can fill in, and then I can request them that I'm interested. I run this shop or I have this showroom where I want to showcase your product and I want to buy them in bulk. They'll connect with me. They'll understand about my business, my requirements, etc. And if they are finding me okay in that case, then obviously after those terms are finalized, they'll onboard me, and then I have to simply come here, log in, and then I can place an order. So I don't have to call up anyone. I don't have to wait for the salesperson to come. All the agreed terms are fed into the system, and I will get the discount. I'll get the credit in case they are offering me a credit, if they are allowing me to buy the product for 30 days, 45 days, whatever, without making the repayment. So all those nuances or intricacies which were there in a distribution channel or bulk ordering for distribution channel, all those are taken care of. So if any one of you has or sells through a distribution channel, this is a wonderful capability you can consider utilizing. I have another example. This is a business that is into Indian ethnic wear. It is their online store. So I think we have seen quite a few examples. There's a business which is into electronic products. There's a business which is again on a very different end of the spectrum. This is a business which is into products which are used for pest control. So these are two broadly flavors of online stores that we have seen. So there is one flavor wherein the business is generating or getting an expression of interest, and this is the another flavor where we are actually getting an order. Now, there's a third flavor as well. The third flavor is a combination or a hybrid, which where the business is achieving both the objectives at the same time using the same website, right? So this is an example which I'm showing you on the screen. So this where if you look at the page, you will notice that the buttons, everything else is the same. So if you are comparing this page and this page, they're almost the same. The product is obviously different and the color scheming, etc., are different, but in terms of information or layout, they're more or less the same. It has this page has two buttons, and this page also has two buttons, but the buttons are different. That's where you have add to cart and buy now, whereas here you have send inquiry and add to cart. So what does this mean? It means as a retail customer, if I'm wanting to buy this product, one unit, two units, I can do an add to cart and I can place an order. I don't have to get into any interaction. Whereas if I am a bulk buyer, I'm looking to buy these products in bulk, 10 pieces, 20 pieces, 100 pieces. In that case, I can send them an inquiry. Obviously, I'll not be willing to buy that at the market price. So I can send them an inquiry that I'm wanting to buy these products in bulk. What is the best price that you can offer? What are the payment terms, etc.? I can put all that in my message and I can send it to them and they can connect back with me, understand the requirement and take the discussion forward, right? So this is where you are able to achieve both the things at the same time. You don't need two separate websites and you can bring both the type of customers onto the same websites and cater to them, right? So this is again a wonderful capability which is available, which you can consider using in case you want to cater to both types of audiences. Another example of a business which is utilizing both types of capability. This is where if I'm bulk buyer, I'll use the send inquiry. If I'm a retail customer, I'll use add to cart. This is another example of a business that is using both the options, send inquiry and add to cart. So I think I've given you quite a few examples and you are able to understand the different types of online stores that you can create on a platform. And we have seen all live examples. These are all actual businesses and we are looking at their online stores uh, to understand the different types of online stores that you can create. Right. So I think this is where we should now move on to the next and very important section of our discussion, and that is how are you going to create your online store? So for that, I'm going to switch my tab. I've already logged into a demonstration account. So this is an account which I've already created some time back. So we are going to use this account as a demonstration account. So we'll delete it once we are done with the webinar. So once you have logged into your account, now very quickly for the reference of our friends who are joining us from Philippines, Sri Lanka, and UAE. So you will obviously not be joining from here. You have to sign up. So if you're from UAE, then you should be signing through ADCB GlobalLinker. So it is adcbgloballinker.com, right? And if you are someone who is from Sri Lanka, you should be signing in from the partnership that we have with Commercial Bank. So Commercial Bank Leap Global Linker. And if you're someone who is from Philippines, so you should be signing up through our partnership that we have with Union Bank of Philippines. All right. So just wanted to clarify that. All right. So just coming back to the demonstration account. So to start building or creating your online store, the very first thing is obviously to log into your account, or if you haven't signed up, then sign up and log into your account. So once you are on the screen, this is where on the top you'll see there is this option which says online store. You have to click on that, which will open this page. Now, on this page, you have to click on convert. Now, before that, I have seen that many businesses, because they see there's an option to add a product, they simply start adding the products there. So you should not do that if you want to create an online store. So I'll explain the difference because I can imagine you must be getting little confused, like what is he saying? So very quickly, I'm just coming back to the browser I was showing you. So if you want to list product on GlobalLinker Marketplace, so for that, you can use this option. This will allow you to upload products onto your profile and list them on GlobalLinker Marketplace. That's all you can do. You will not have an online store of your own. If you want to have an online store like this, or like this, or like this, depending on what business you are, then you have to convert it. If you just want to list on Marketplace, you can do it from here. You will upload the product. But because we want to create an online store, a storefront, so for that, we have to click on convert now. I hope that differentiation is clear. All right. So once you have opened the control panel or the seller panel, this is called seller panel. It is the link is also seller.linker.store. So this is the seller panel from where you'll be managing and controlling anything and everything which happens on your website. All right. So once you have opened this, you have to click on convert now, which will open this overlay. On this overlay, you'll see there are three questions. The first one is, what is the main purpose of creating this online store? You want to cater to B2C customers, you want to cater to B2B customers, or you want to generate leads? How many products would you be uploading? And would you like to have the minimum order quantity feature? So you can select an appropriate option. I'm going to continue with the defaults which are there, which will bring me to this screen. On the screen, I am seeing a number of design options. There are different templates. In fact, the heading also says select a template for your online store. So these are different design layouts which are available. And as a user, I am expected to select one of them. But this is where sometimes users get confused. And just so that you don't get confused, I'm going to answer or provide you response to a few of the common confusions that we have seen that people get into. The first confusion or misunderstanding that people get into is that if we select a particular template, we will not be able to change that in future. Is that true? No, it is not true. You can change it anytime you want. In fact, it is a industry best practice also that you should be changing the look and feel of your website at least once in a year. So the easiest way to change the look and feel and give a fresh and updated look is by changing the design template. So you can very, very easily change from one design template to another design template. In fact, in matter of seconds, you'll be able to do that. So that is first misconception or myth that we know that people sometimes have. The second misconception is that a particular theme can be used only by the sellers who are dealing in that type of product, which is also wrong because, and I'll try to explain it in little more detail. So I'm not sure how clear the image is on your screen, but let's take this example. So this is a template where we are seeing visuals of electronic products like laptops, monitors, etc. So this is where people get an impression that if I'm using this design template, then I should be retailing laptops, desktop, electronic products. Only then I can use this template because this is only for electronic product, which is absolutely wrong. Any template can be used by any business. These visuals are only, for example, for only reference purpose. All right. So that is the second misconception. The third is actually a very good question. And the question is, how do I choose or select a suitable design template? So there are number of design templates which are here. Now, as a business owner, obviously it is our responsibility and duty that we should be selecting the most appropriate design for or design template for our business. Now, the challenge is that everything looks good, right? So this is where everything is looking nice. So how do I choose which should I select for my business, right? So this is looking nice, this is looking nice, this is looking nice, this is also looking nice. So this where a process that you can follow is once you are done with this journey of creating the online store, you have to upload a few products, one or two will also suffice. And once you have uploaded the product, then you can come back here and you can try out different templates, right? So you don't have to go back through the store creation journey. There's a template section on the control panel. Through that, you can apply different themes and see for yourself how it is appearing on the front end so that we are sure that this is the best And you can go to the product page and see how that theme or the theme that you have chosen is displaying your product page, because that's where the actual action happens. That's where the customer takes the decision to send your inquiry or do an ad quote or not. All right, so perfect. This is where I'm going to select a particular design theme, and we will move ahead, and which will bring us to the third and the last overlay. On this overlay, there are just two input fields. One is the store name and second is store URL. So store name is pre-populated. It is taken from the account that we had signed up earlier. And then we have the store URL. This is where you have to input your business team. So this business team is Majestic Enterprises. So you have to copy paste it, and we have to do that in lowercase. So I am going to quickly do that. And we have to ensure that there is no space or special characters. This is where you can see the business name is Majestic Enterprises, and the URL is majestic-enterprises.linker.store. So tomorrow, if someone types majestic-enterprises.linker.store, they'll be able to open this website. Now that leads to a question that what if I have my own domain? Can I use that? Yes, the answer is absolutely yes, you'll be able to use that. In fact, let me try to show you an example. So this is where we saw this particular business. So they have their own domain hkonline.in, and this website is live on their own domain. However, if you want to continue using linker.store, you can also do that. This is where you can see Bhave Apex Industries linker.store. So you can continue to use linker.store, or if you want to take it live on your own domain, both options are available. All right. Perfect. So this where we have added the details, and then we will click on create store. Okay, so domain is already taken. I will add some text to it, some numbers to it. So it is an alphanumeric field, so you can add numbers as well. So we are done with that stage. This is where you can see now we have a lot more options on this side of the screen. Now there is this button that we are seeing, store setup, and it is showing us that we have completed 2 steps, and we have to complete 3 more steps. So you can do these steps from here, or you can do them from the home screen of your online store. So if you click on this home shaped icon, it will bring you to the home screen. And that's where again you can see that these are the 3 steps that we have not completed. We have completed 2 steps. Now it is not necessary that we have to complete them in the order that they are appearing. We can complete them in any order. So we can do this one first, or do this one first, or do this one first, in any order, right? So we can do in any order, top down or bottom up, as per our liking. Now, the next step, as per the sequence that we are seeing here, is create your catalog, which means we have to upload products now. So how do we upload the products? For that, we have to click on this button which says create your catalog, and it will take us to the product upload interface. So there's a product upload interface, and on the top, you can see there is a video that we have embedded basically to guide you through the product upload journey. So whenever you are doing that, please do watch the video. For the benefit of time, I'm not going to walk you through all the fields, but let me quickly input the content, and so that I can show you the product upload, because this is required. Minimum 1 product has to be uploaded. So I'm going to quickly fill in the information. I already have the information. So I've added the product name, HS code, then we have brand. So this is where if it is a branded item, so for example, the product that I'm uploading is from Nike. So in that case, obviously, I can type Nike and upload the logo of Nike. And in case it is your own product, so in that case, you have to add your own business name. And logo is optional. So if you want, you should upload the logo, but I am just skipping that for the benefit of time. And then we have accept order and accept inquiry. So if you want to have the option wherein customers can come and they can place an order, then you have to select accept order. And if you want customers to come and place or send you an inquiry, right? So in that case, you have to select accept inquiry. Can you select both of them? Yes, you can do that. But related to inquiry, a lot of users ask me that what if we want to hide the price? Because the product that we deal in, the price is changing frequently. So it is not possible for us to show the price. So what should we do? So in that case, you should use this option, do not show price. So it will allow you to hide the price. So this is where you can see price upon request. So the price is not displayed and you can hide the price. So that is only available if you are selecting accept inquiries. The moment I select accept orders, obviously it goes away because I'm trying to select both the things. Then we have selling price. So I'm going to add a price. Discount price is optional unit. So we are uploading a shirt. So it is per unit. And then we have the summary of the product. So I will quickly select that. Then you have SQ code, which is an alphanumeric field, which is a unique identifier. So SQ code is used by the system to identify the product. And then you have the product code. So product code is basically a value that tells the system that this product has variants, right? So same product available in different sizes, or same t-shirt available in different sizes, right? So those kind of products. So the product that we were seeing earlier, this product is an example where you have different variants, right? So 20 gram, 50 gram, or even this product. So it is available in different colors and different sizes. So as a customer, I can choose different colors and I can choose different sizes as well, depending on my requirement. So if you are uploading a product that has variant, in that case, you have to use product code. Otherwise, you can ignore it. Then you have stock. Threshold is basically reorder level. So whenever the stock, because with each order, it will keep reducing. The moment it will reach this value, it will automatically notify the seller. Minimum order quantity inquiry, we'll leave it to default. The country of origin you should select depending on the origin of your country of origin of your product. E-store category is basically used to set up the navigations or to display the products in navigation in case you're not familiar with navigation. So these options, our company about us or our exports or our product plan, pants, plazos, joggers, dresses, etc. So all these are part of navigation. This is where you'll see it in a more extensive manner, right? So it can be of multiple levels, one, level two, level three, and there's a level four as well. So maximum four levels are there. So this is basically used for clubbing the product together so that you can set up the navigation. And again, an optional thing, then you have product labels and tags. So label is a promotional tool. It is used to highlight the products on front end. So I previously saw them using, right? So this is where you can see 26% off. They're using a label. So it is basically attracting our eye that there is something special. So they haven't edited the image. This is like a virtual sticker that you can put on the product. Then you have tags. So tags are basically used for two things. One is to enhance the search which is happening on your website. I'm not referring to the Google search, but there may be scenarios when a person is coming and they may be searching by something else, some other term which is not there as part of your product title or content. So in that case, you can use tag. And second is for setting up the navigation. So if you want to display same product in multiple navigations, for example, you're a computer and IT product seller and you have a laptop and you would want to show it in the gaming product section and you would want to show it in sorry laptop section. So you can add two tags. So when the customer clicks on gaming products, they can see the same laptops. When they click on laptops, they can see the same product. So bulk product, multiple places. That is also possible through tags. You can directly add the product to the navigation. That is also possible. But this is more convenient because you can add tag in bulk. Then you also have an option to upload PDF or file. So if you have a product brochure that you would want to show to the customer, or if you have a size chart that you would want to show on the website. So for that, you can use product PDF and file. Product condition, new user refurbish, you can select that. Then we have additional information or long description. All right, so we have added the additional information. Then we have weight and dimensions, which are used for calculating or one of the method to calculate the delivery fee is based on the weight of the order. So we will also leave it because it can be added at a later stage. Then we have to add variants. So this is where we are adding variants of size, and one variant is small. So you can see I've typed small. I'm going to press comma on my keyboard, and you can see the system has accepted it, and this row has started coming appearing. Second is medium, and third is large. So I've added the three variations, small, medium, large, and then you have the SKUs, selling price, stock, etc. Last is SEO related information. That's where we have to add meta title, keyword, and description. So I've also created this. This is also a very important piece of information which is often overlooked, because otherwise your pages will not get properly indexed, and if they are not properly indexed, you will not have the right search discovery. People will not be able to find you on Google. So the last thing that we have to do is to upload images, and I am very quickly going to do that. I already have images on my device, so I'm going to very quickly select them from the device. All right, so I have four images. I'm going to select all of them and upload them. So I've selected the images, and they are all uploaded on the image manager. Now we have to select and choose the sort order. So that's the first image. Let's choose this one to be the second image, and then let's choose this one to be the third image, and the zoomed one will be the fourth image. Maximum six images can be uploaded, and it does not mean that we will see two empty placeholders. Minimum is one image, and this is where you can see the dimensions are also written. So the dimensions are 800 by 1000. So 800 is the width, 1000 is the height, and the maximum size is 2 MB. But ideally, you should be aiming at or aiming for the lowest size that you can achieve without compromising the quality of the image. All right, so we have quickly added all the information, and we will click on save, and the product will get uploaded. So the product is uploaded. This is the manual process, or one product at a time process, which many of you who does not have a very large catalog will be following. But curiously, people have asked me that we have a large catalog, we have thousands of products, and uploading like this is not practically possible. Can we upload them in bulk using an Excel file? Yes, you can do that. We have that option also available. So here, if you see, there is this down pointing arrow along add products. So you have to click on that, and then you have to click on import product XLS CSV, which will bring you here. And I think I don't have that option because this is a demo account, but there seems to be some issue with this store. So I will share with you a tutorial video on how to upload the products in bulk. Somehow, I think there's some issue. That's why this option, because this is available in typical stores as well. So let me get this checked. So we have uploaded the minimum number of products which are required is one. So we have done that. Now let's set up the navigation, and let's go through the journey. There are two more steps that we have to go through. So let's do that. All right, so let's go to the home screen, and we are done with that step. Now we have to set up the shipping zone. So we have to click on setup. I think there's some issue with my internet. Yeah, now it is loading. So this is the shipping zone. And here there are two values that we have to update. Now, even if you are a B2B seller, you still have to update this. It will hardly take you a few seconds. One is estimated time, so you can put 2 days there, and fixed rate. So I'm going to add 100 here. This is a tool which is used to charge delivery fee from the customer. Now, why are we not setting up properly here? Because you firstly need the charges that you would be taking from the customers. And for that, you have to sign up, right? So we have that provision also available on the seller panel. I'll quickly show you. So here you have courier services. This is where you can sign up with Ship or ShipRocket. Once you are done with the sign up, they will share with you their rate cards, right? So for this location, this is the weight that we'll be charging for first 500 gram, for the additional 500 gram. Once you have that rate, then you can proceed ahead to set up the shipping zone. Because unless you have the rate, unless you know how much has to be charged from the customer, you'll not be able to set it up, right? So firstly, sign up with the courier companies, and then you can go and set up the shipping zone. Now, we have to activate the payment. So for that, we have to come here and click on get paid, and that will take us to the payment management interface, which is here. And here, for the benefit of time, because our store is not completed, so we can't activate online payment, or we can't even submit an application. So don't do that. Unless your online store is properly completed, don't submit your application. Otherwise, it will get rejected for payment activation. So you can receive payment from different payment gateways, which are pre-integrated onto the platform. So here, we can enable cash on delivery for the time being till our online store gets completed. And if you are a B2B seller, you can just do that and you don't have to do anything else related to payment, because you will be mostly receiving inquiries. So we are done with that. Now we can publish our store. But before that, let's work on a little bit of beautification. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to go to navigation and set up the navigation. You have to set up the menu items. So I'll quickly show you how you can do that. So we have uploaded a product which is a men's shirt. So I'm going to create a first level navigation of men's fashion. And this is where I can select a category or I can select the product. So, and you have to do only one of them. So you can either select a product or you can either select a category. So I am selecting a product. I've created level 1. Let's create level 2 shirt. And that's where again we'll select the product, and you can select tag or you can select the category as well. So you have created the shirt, and this is how you can create the navigation. You have to click on update navigation, and we have men's shirt and men fashion and shirt. So we have set up the navigation. Now we can go to themes, and that's where we have to apply the theme. Here we have to click on apply. Don't go into edit code unless you are familiar with HTML coding. So the theme is getting applied. It may take few seconds or a minute. So the theme is applied. Now we have to click on store preview, which is here, or you can click from the top as well. It is there as well. So this is the store preview. And in case you're getting worried, like why are you showing, or why are we showing these yellow dots? So these are there for a specific purpose. You can change the color or you can upload the banner. So this where the text is in black, I want to change it to blue. I can do that. So I can do it very easily from here. Or if I have my own corporate colors that I would want to use, then I can just copy paste the RGB colors here and I'll be able to customize it. All right. So that is one use case. The second use case is for uploading banners. So you have to click on this flickering yellow dot, and which will open this overlay. On this overlay, you have to click on the placeholder. This is where you have the dimensions. I already have the banners created, so I will quickly upload them from my device. So here you can see that I have number of banners. So let me quickly upload them on to the device, right? So let's use this one. So this is the desktop banner and there's the mobile banner. So you have to design the banners separately for desktop and separately for mobile. That is done for optimizing the load speed. And secondly, and more importantly, because the desktop banner is a horizontal landscape, whereas mobile is a vertical landscape. So anything which is designed for a horizontal landscape will not look nice. So the text that you're adding on a desktop banner will look very minuscule on a mobile banner. So that's why you have to design two separate banners, one for desktop and one for mobile. Once you're done, then you also have to add the link. So I'm going to very quickly add the link here in the link input box and then click on apply, and the banner will get uploaded. In the same fashion, you'll be able to upload multiple banners. Let's quickly do that as well. So I'm not going to upload too many of them, but at least few of them so that you can understand. So this is where again, I've added the banner, clicking on apply. Let's add one more. All right. So this is where, and they'll keep changing every few seconds. And on all the banners, please don't forget to add a CTA, which is a link, so that when the customer clicks on it, they are actually redirected somewhere. So once you are done with this, all you have to do is to click on save, and then you have to click on publish, which will bring you back to the seller panel. So this is where you can see the journey is completed. We have created the online store. Obviously, your work is not yet over. You have to upload the remaining products, or if you have to work on the beautification of the online stores, you can do that. But this is the journey. This is how easy it is to set up the online store, create an online store. And there are no complexities, there are no technical things which are required. So they're all very simple and easy, and anyone and everyone can do that. And thankfully, these days now you also have AI that can help you with all this journey. All right. So perfect. This is where I'm going to turn off the screen share and we will break into the question answer round. So if you have already not added your question, please do add that in the Q&A because I can only see two questions there. So if you haven't done that already, please do that. I'm going to very quickly share my contact details and I'll also share with you some tutorial content. So the first thing which is coming in the chat is are my contact details. And then I am also going to share the contact details of our help desk. So if any one of you need help, then please do feel free to reach out to us through our help desk. All right. And I did mention to you, I'm going to share some tutorial content as well. So let me also share with you the link of today's webinar's recording. So just allow me a few more seconds or about a minute, and I will add all the details in the chat. All right, so I've done that in the chat. Now, in the past, in some of my webinars, participants have experienced an issue wherein they were not able to copy the links from the chat. In case any one of you also experienced the same, then you can just drop me an email and I will share these links with you over the email personally. And I would also love to connect with you on a personal level. So if you want to get your online store reviewed, or if you want to seek suggestions from me on how you should be approaching the subject of growing your business digitally, I'll be more than happy to connect or share a little bit of knowledge or information with you. All right. So the two questions which I can see in the Q&A, one is, can we add services? Yes, you can add services to the online store. You can create an online store for services. Many businesses have done that. The next is a question about how to start an export business. So this is from a participant called Abhi Rami. So Abhi Rami, I am actually a technology expert and not an expert about starting export business. So I will share with you an email ID on which you can drop an email, and a government official will guide you, or you can drop me an email and I'll connect you with the concerned government official. All right. So that is those were the two questions I was seeing in the chat and in the Q&A. Sorry. Uh, Next question, which I can see in the chat as well as the participants, Anis Ansari has added them uh, in the Q&A as well, that they are a manufacturer of rubber products and they are customized product. Right. So, Anis, there are other sellers also that we have who deal in these kind of customized product category. For example, there's a business that makes precision engineered products based on customers' requirement. So in that case, what you have to do is you have to showcase what type of products that you can create, rubber products. So and then you can add a detail that these products are made on the custom requirement of the customer, right? So that's how you have to display them. Next question I can see is from Akansh Chaudhary. So Akansh, what happens, there is a time lag, and I think it is written on the seller panel as well, that there is about a half an hour or 45-minute time lag for the update to happen on the actual website. So sometimes what happens when you're updating the website, you get a feeling that I haven't made that update, and then actually you end up doing that multiple times. So for that, just do an update, wait for some time, and it will start appearing. In case it does not appear, then you can reach out to our help desk and we can have a look at your online store and see if there's a technical issue. I'm going to note down the URL of your online store and I'll review it and see if there's a technical issue that we need to look into. Ideally, it should not happen, but it typically happens. This is something which I'm sharing from my experience of interacting with business owners. This typically happens because there's a time lag and you think that, oh, the update hasn't happened, and you redo it. So you end up doing it multiple times where as it has already happened. It is just because of the time lag between you executing something on the seller panel and then finally appearing on the front end. There is a half an hour, 45 minutes, or up to an hour time gap in between. Next question I can see, can't copy the details from the chat. Okay, so I am noting down the email ID, or otherwise we will be emailing the recording to you and I will add these details. Next question or comment is from Akash. Some pictures get deleted on their own and already existing pictures get multiplied. Akash, please share your online store URL. I will get it checked. You can share it with me on the chat or you can add it in the Q&A, whichever is convenient. I can see there is a comment by Mr. Ejaz Ahmed that he was not able to see the computer screen. I am just looking at the preview and let me see if there was an issue. Oh, it is quite clear. I'm just seeing the live recording which is there on YouTube. So, Mr. Ejaz, I'm sharing with you the link of the live recording so you can review it there, or we will email the live recording to you as well. All right. So, any other questions from any other participant before we conclude this session for today? Any last question? So I'm not seeing any further questions. So this is where we will conclude this session for today. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for your time. Have a wonderful evening ahead. Bye bye.